on your concourse. No doors on the drop porch with the high torque. Who is stealth cyborg touring on a high horse? Covert like Joe Berg, black ops in high court. Got glow, divine force, provide your light source. Told her reach for the sky banger like July 4th. Ain't a holiday when you snowed in from the north. Program a motherboard, now she mine, not yours.
Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning.
Individual lyrical miracles giving you kids a few minerals. Listen to them, get into the music. The infinite, lucid, and spiritual rhythmic movement. Imperial energy pivots and enters into you. I live it as liberty, spitting these lyrics. They feeling me, shifting my energy into a new dimension. A field of a million entities giving me what I sense to be energy that has sent me to live in this presentness and do it.
Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. The beat starts spinning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning.
Boss with a floss, exercise large, script certified raw core, lyrics tartar. Everything is pepper slang with Himalayan salt. You just man-tanning player, you cannot play ball. Do not provoke thought a dark banner turn Hulk. When he slipped through the cracks, then it's San Andreas' fault. When Babylon assault, hit him with 100,000 volts and spray him all.
Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. The beat starts spinning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning.
The slaughtering out of the cloth of the authors of the debauchery, talking about the logical robbing. I got the ultimate problem solver to stop us from falling and being all in the columns. They weaken probably logically. I'm a positive artist rocking the armor I got as I travel farther and father styles and abolish the God is piling inside of the mind of the crawling toddlers that crawl before us as possible future marvelous models of
Back
life.
to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning. Back to the beginning, the whole world with it. The DJ hit 'em and we keep on winning. The beat starts spinning, the whole world with it. The MCs get 'em and we keep on winning. everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game is done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Reach everybody.
communicate. See the world as we imagine it, real or fake. Don't get too alarmed, it's the world we create and conceive. Our dreams, our crying shame, our hope, our physical and emotional pain. Everything, the left and right side of the brain. Look across the divide to break the chain. Take the first step forward and ask your name. Find out what's different and what's the same. Find another new person and do it again. And maybe find a new person to recommend. And maybe one left to condemn. Somebody tell them. Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game is done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game is done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run.
The vinyl peddler of instrumental memory loops. Forever fresh, I climb Everest with effortless cool. Aspire higher to a place we can better improve. So supply it with the 2-inch tape measuring tool. A moment's notice for the good groove to settle into. Spirits awoke us and told us to remember our truth. Magnum opus chose us to feel your energy boost. Style and focus, chop my flow, it's like it's intelligence. Salute the veterans, etc. Some genuine clues. Music is medicine. It makes the pendulum move. Extra adrenaline, we channeling. Now everyone proved your goals attainable. So reach for whatever you choose.
Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game is done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game is done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run.
Reaching up and over, reaching up to hold the pieces of the golden reed is something totally for you to go 1,000 miles inward where the outer world extinguishes. And everything is common in perspective and the meaning is magnified. Lying in the jungle bound to keep the mission that you're on, exactly on the target that you mean to hit. Attack the dawn like pachyderms and big and mighty massive swarms that trample all that stand before them. Nothing left after the storm of master rapper writers who have passed beyond the master form and cast enormous magic chord spells on other rappers for no reason. It all was just a bask in the whole task of simply spazzing on a track to cause the average or the crack and fall. Whacking C set on a wall, horses and men gathered round, trying to put them back together after I smacked them all, just so I could have an omelet, get full and travel on, reaching for the galaxies and planets rappers haven't gone yet.
Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game's done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. Reach everybody, reach everyone. Let's get a little closer before the game's done. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run.
Leave your troubles behind. Get lost in the life. The night is alive. Live outside the light. Get lost in the light. Get lost in the night. When you're looking down and you feel low, time has passed, it's everlasting, going slow, and your head is heavy with a heart of stone. Remember that you're not alone. When you're questioning everything and the world around you seems like it's a dream, keep your eyes open even if it all looks wrong. Remember that it won't be long. Hold on, just for one more day. Hold on, don't let go of tomorrow. Hold on, we're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. Hold on. Stop questioning everything till the world around us becomes a lucid dream. With our eyes open, we can do anything. We can do anything. Hold on, just for one more day. Hold on, don't let go of tomorrow. Hold on, we're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. Hold on, hold on,
Hold on. Just one more day. Hold on. Gotta go tomorrow. Hold on. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna find our way. We're gonna find our way. Hold on.
I don't know where we're going, but for the moment, we're gonna party till the sunrise. I can't promise forever, but while we're together, we're gonna party till the sunrise. You're dancing next to me, and I can feel your energy. There is nothing that can stop us tonight. Waited for too long for this moment I don't wanna miss. I just wanna feel you near me tonight. Oh, we're gonna get low. Lost tonight. Oh, we're gonna get low. Lost tonight. Oh, we're gonna get. We're gonna touch the sky like the birds so high. We're gonna party till the sunrise. Close our eyes and we'll find there'll be no questions why. And we'll party till the sunrise. 'Cause when you're dancing next to me, and I can feel your energy. There is nothing that can stop us tonight. Waited for too long for this moment I don't wanna miss. I just wanna feel you near me tonight. Oh, we're gonna get low. Lost tonight. Oh, we're gonna get low. Lost tonight. Oh, we're gonna get.
You know she used to be a model, 'cause everybody loved her.
sun is going down and I feel like a party. Been working 9 to 5, I need to move my body. Well, you could chain me down, but nothing's gonna stop me tonight. No. We walk right in, they're playing our song. It would be rude not to party. And everyone's dancing to this groove. Look at what we started. I know I'm living my best life. Look at what we started. What we started. We ain't going home tonight. Hands up if you feel alright. To the left and to the right. Look at what we started. Look at what we started. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. Look at what we started. Look at what we started. Take a moment, catch your breath. Feel it, let it sink in. While you're dancing on your own, go and grab your best friend. I can see it in your eyes, exactly what you're thinking. Exactly what you're thinking. And the bass that drops and the playing our song. We'll be rude not to party, cause we know we're living our best life. Look at what we started. 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 And we walk right in and they're playing our song. It will be rude not to party. And everyone's dancing to this groove. Look at what we started. I know I'm living my best life. Look at what we started. What we started. Oh no, no, no. We ain't going home tonight. Hands up if you feel alright. To the left and to the right. Look at what we started. Look at what we started. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. Look at what we started. Look at what we started. Look at what.
Heartbeat, bodies unwind. The taste of your lips as I'm closing my eyes. Touching, you're part of my mind. A memory, a moment that's so hard to find. I'm feeling sexy. I can't let go. The feel of your body as you're pulling me close. I'm feeling sexy. I can't let go. The one thing I want is for you to go slow. When you hold me like that, go slow. When you touch me like that, go slow. When you kiss me like that, go slow. Go slow. Touching, to become one. The taste of your kiss is hot like the sun. Heartbeat, you're part of my mind. Just breathe for a moment while our bodies align. I'm feeling sexy. I can't let go. The feel of your body as you're pulling me close. I'm feeling sexy. I can't let go. The one thing I want is for you to go slow. When you hold me like that, go slow. When you touch me like that, go slow. When you kiss me like that, go slow. Go slow.
Let's do this for real. Know you wanna feel great. Wanna take you off the grid.
party in Jamaica or Bali. One thing you know about me is I do it big.
Soon as we get through the door, we'll be moving through the living room, and we can do it on the floor,
Whatever way you like.
we get to the heat up in the kitchen. What way you want, what way you like, girl, I get it on.
Let's do this for real.
Know you wanna feel it. Wanna take you off the grill, then take you on the chill. Do this thing for real.
Oh yeah. Let's do this for real, baby. Just you and me. That's right. Oh, yeah.
Soon as we get through the door, we'll be moving through the living room, and we can do it on the floor.
Whatever way you like.
We get to the heat up in the kitchen. What way you want, what way you like, girl, I get it on.
Let's do this for real.
Know you wanna feel it, baby. Wanna take you off the grill, then take you on the chill. Do this thing for real. Let's do this for real. Know you wanna feel it, baby. Wanna take you off the grill, then take you on the chill. Do this thing for real.
She knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows. God knows I could never hurt you, baby. I know it's overdue, yeah. I hope you never turn into that person, baby, who's never coming through, yeah. I know you wanna be a little bit richer, baby, maybe a car too, yeah. They say you suffer from the Californication, baby. Do you believe it too? She knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows. You wanna move away from home and be another Jen, huh? And make $1 million too, yeah. You wanna hear the people screaming from the bus at dinner and pop a bottle too, yeah. A real ass don't lie, baby. A fake love don't last too. I know you wanna be real for the camera, girls, so stop playing, stop being you. She knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Not that she knows she don't gotta be a hero. Stop that, she knows.
the 9 to 5, not a way to be living my life. Wanna spread my wings, I learned to fly. Let's go to somewhere the sun shines, there's laughter and blue skies. We'll dance under moonlight all night. The ocean, the beach life, this couldn't feel more right. I've been waiting all my life, 'cause this is it. Baby, don't you waste my time. This is it. We don't have forever. This is it. Just you and me, it ain't a crime. This is it. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright to fly, 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 fly. To fly, 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 fly. To fly, 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 fly. Away, away. I'm sick and tired of oh no, no, no. I'm sick and tired of let's go to somewhere the sun shines, there's laughter and blue skies. We'll dance under moonlight all night. The ocean, the beach life, this couldn't feel more right. I've been waiting all my life, 'cause this is it. Baby, don't you waste my time. This is it. We don't have forever. This is it. Just you and me, it ain't a crime. This is it. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright to fly, 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 fly. To fly, 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 fly. To fly, 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 fly. Away, away.
A single voice in a big crowd, amplified 1,000 times to make it loud. We can be whatever we wanna be, we can make our dreams. Won't let the past replay again. Remember, there's more of us than there are of them. We can do whatever needs to be done, it's a battle game. On the streets and in the air, there's electricity. I feel it now, it's everywhere, it's obvious to see. Yeah. Skyscrapers in the night, we are the city lights, and we shine so bright 'cause the time is right to shut it out loud. You know it, skyscrapers, you and I, we light up the sky, and we shine so bright 'cause the time is right to stand up proud. I know that you can hear me now. I know where there's hate, we'll bring love from the ground up to the sky above. We don't have to settle for more of the same. We can make the rules. Where there's darkness, we'll bring light. Like the morning chases away the night. We'll be there watching when the dawn comes. We'll be dancing to the beat. On the streets and in the air, there's electricity. I feel it now, it's everywhere, it's obvious to see. Skyscrapers in the night, we are the city lights, and we shine so bright 'cause the time is right to shut it out loud. You know it. try to make a change too. Skyscrapers in the night, we are the city lights. When we shine so bright, 'cause the time is right to shout it out loud. You know it, skyscrapers, you and I, we light up the sky. When we shine so bright, 'cause the time is right to stand up proud.
You're in my heart and in my soul. Now there's no escaping. You're in my blood, you're in my veins. The very thought of you still remains. You're in my heart and in my soul, and there's no escaping. No escaping. You're in my blood, you're in my veins. The very thought of you still remains. You're in my heart and in my soul. Now there's no escaping. You're in my blood, you're in my veins. The very thought of you still remains. You're in my heart and in my soul, and there's no escaping. No, no, no escaping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's no escaping. Hey, I'm gonna break this down for you right now. You're in my heart and in my soul. Now there's no escaping. You're in my blood, you're in my veins. The very thought of you still remains. You're in my heart and in my soul.
Believe in myself, then I can achieve. 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 Music makes my life worth living. In it I trust for everything. Its rises and its falls keep giving the strength to help our music come from within. As I cry for help, I want to meet my father. He said, just reveal the strongest self you hide inside. It's only in your mind. Won't you light up the fire in my soul? Come on, let go. Let the music take control. Music take control. Won't you light up the fire in
was turn around to look in the mirror and take up off the ground. Within my own self, I needed to succeed. Believe in myself, and then I can achieve. All I had to do was turn around to look in the mirror and take up off the ground. Within my own self, I needed to succeed. Believe in myself, and then I can achieve. Light up, it's the fire in my soul. Come on, let go. The music take control.
Hello and welcome to the third spotlight show of the Esports Awards 2022 season. My name is Tom Banniger. I go by F. on the internet, and we are marching towards our big show, which takes place in December 13th to be specific. And we're in Vegas, baby. You will not want to miss this show, but of course, we got to give you all the info leading up to the show. That's what we do at the spotlight shows, and that's what we're doing right here. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our third spotlight show of the year. Roll that intro.
And the winner is...
Oh, man. What an honor.
Every single one of the people nominated are absolute rock stars.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Esports Awards.
Maybe this what life feels like. Maybe this what life feels like. Maybe this what life feels like. Maybe this what life feels like.
All right. Hello and welcome to the third spotlight show of the 2022 Esports Awards season. It's your boy F. I'm still here. And as usual, I'm bringing two fantastic friends along for the ride. First up, he's a Counter-Strike commentator. He's esports royalty. He's known for doing this.
My name is Jacob Pimp-Vinegar. Good to see every single one of you in the Twitch chat coming in. Just take a moment to breathe and then talk perhaps. I am Cologne 2022, because I am Cologne 2022 is starting very, very soon. And I know a lot of you guys are, I wouldn't say early, because I was a little bit late, but it's all good.
In Counter-Strike, a guy who's won it all and one of the big legends of Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
That's right. It's none other than Pimp. We are so excited to have him along here for the ride. But of course, it's not a two-man band. We need a third. And so I went back to my home scene, Rocket League, and we got this guy to come on out.
So what is going on, everybody? Joel, aka Orbit, I'm here live.
It's got two modes, right? You got the cash mode,
Some free money here for my community.
All right, so now when the event is over, here are my thoughts and opinions about the current state of Call of Duty.
Yep.
And you got the attack mode. Now, attack mode is meant for hardcore gaming.
Hell yeah. Off the back of a major land, we've got Orb here. Thanks for hanging out, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Happy to talk with you guys and dig deeper into all the finalists and all the people that were here to praise. I'm looking forward to the show. Happy to be here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about industry people. Also, we're gonna have some fun as well. Don't worry, I'll throw you guys in the hot seat for sure. We're also joined here by two-time nominee for Analyst of the Year, Pimp. What's going on, bud?
Not much, man. Not much. I'm just happy to be here as Offset. A pleasure to be hanging out with you guys, and definitely looking forward to see what's coming up in the show. You said you want to put me on the spot, and I'm not quite sure if I'm comfortable with that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've been told that too. We're going to be put on the spot. What's going on with that?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it later. Trust me. Well, maybe you shouldn't trust me, but either way, we'll definitely figure things out as we get along. But let's start with some casual conversation here. Pimp, I mentioned that you've been nominated a couple of times here at the Esports Awards, so I'm sure you've caught the program once or twice. What, outside of the awards that you are obviously centered around, what other awards do you keep your eyes on?
Oh, I think that the content creator of the year is definitely one that is close to my heart. A couple of my friends have been nominated, and I think in general, there's a lot of inspiration to be found in all the other content creators around in the atmosphere. So I'm always looking out for that one. And I'm going to be straight up honest, trying to steal all the good parts and learn, and get inspired by some of the great content creators out there.
I really feel that getting a chance to go to the Esports Awards in person and kind of not only look at the categories and everything, but talk to the people that are nominated, just kind of like swap ideas and just vibe, honestly, get a feel for like what kind of character, like, that's a really cool experience. So definitely always something we're taking a look here at the Esports Awards. And talking about vibing and hanging out in person, this year we're in Las Vegas. That's a big deal. I mean, y'all are both Europeans. Have you ever been to Vegas before?
Yes. I've been to Vegas many times, probably more than many Americans. I've been to Las Vegas maybe 8 times. 7 out of those times have been to EDC, Electric Days of Carnival, big music festival, amazing music, amazing vibes. So Las Vegas is always crazy. It is Las Vegas. Everybody knows Las Vegas is being, well, Las Vegas. It gets crazy, and it's kind of a nice hub for people to get together, have a great time, and of course now put on the greatest esports show known to man. It's gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed to be completely honest, right? Because I was living in LA for a year playing for Team Liquid in the active Counter-Strike division, and we were so busy that I never got to go to Las Vegas. I've never been there in my entire life, despite living, a 4-hour drive away from Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive. You never went?
No, I never went, man. We were so busy. I'm excusing myself. We were so busy, and I like to ride my bike, and I felt, riding the bike to Las Vegas was a little bit too far for me. So, yeah, I gotta be honest. I never got there.
I always love the shots. My buddy EE just went to Vegas and just the shots of driving through the desert. It definitely something that I've got to wind up trying to do.
I regret it. I regret not doing it, man. I really do.
Well, now you get to come through. You got to come to the big show. We're in Resorts World. It's crazy. You guys should check out the video on our YouTube. Me and Veli had a great time. A little bit of a plug, but also a little bit just like being honest. It was really dope, and we were just kind of there before everything started. So I'm super excited to see what happens, on that end. But that's what's going on here. Pimp, what's going on in your world? I've seen CS on the go. Talk to me a little bit about what you're doing over there.
Yeah, it's a new show that I'm trying to start up. I always see these great interviewers talking to the players, and they always ask great questions, obviously. But I think having been a player myself, having lived the life of a Counter-Strike pro, I relate to the people a lot closer. So I felt that there was a second layer we could dive into, getting a little bit more personal with the players, getting to know them. The first episode was Get Right, one of the biggest legends of Counter-Strike ever. And he was so kind to me and opened, a great guy, right? And he was opening up about all the tough time, the rough time, and to be straight up honest, I like the good story, I like the Cinderella story, but to me what excites me is getting to know the players and getting to know the dark side of the industry as well, getting to know what's really rough. How do you deal with death threats, how do you deal with people not thinking you're playing well enough, all those sides that we don't really talk too much about because they're negative. I like to dig them out and get to be real with the players. So that's the goal for that show.
We root for the person, not the pixels, right? Like, how many people are out here rooting for the Deagle? No, man, they're rooting for the player using the Deagle. And so, like, that I think is super big, and definitely something we've got our eyes on for sure. Or you've been holding it down in the Rocket League scene. What's going on in Orb's world?
One of my little side quests with my time and my spot here in the gaming space is that I want to try to encourage as many as possible to try to get more healthy. I've been trying to, last year I was approached to run the Berlin Marathon with Adidas. They wanted me to go there, and we wanted to essentially stream myself running the Berlin Marathon. That was the whole concept. We had 25 days to prep, which is, I don't know if you've ever run a marathon. That's a little time to prep.
It's not a lot of time.
And I haven't, I'm a gym workout type of guy, so I really haven't done cardio. My cardio consists of 5 minutes warming up so I can go bench press. That's typically my cardio. So it's very much non-existent. So they were like, well, have you done a lot of running to prepare, or you feel like you're ready? And I was like, I really want to do this, but I want to take it in the approach of like, how do we make it as good as possible? It's not going to be perfect. So how do we make it as good as possible? How do I essentially min-max my training, my nutrition in those 25 days, and we make the most of it? Because I think a lot of times people overthink, you want to start getting in shape. You think that you got to have everything figured out, the food, the training, the whole thing. And then once you fall off a little bit, you kind of, you spiral out of control and you quit completely. So I just want to try to motivate people that it's so easy to get in shape. It just starts with something. Something is always better than nothing is the mantra. And ever since the last year in October, I've ran 4 marathons, 2 half marathons.
Wow.
I've done a 315-kilometer bike race, which is, I will never do that again. That is insane. But yeah, so the whole, it's just like, how far can I take this thing? That's kind of where I'm at. It's the gaming thing. It's the getting in shape thing. And that's me.
It's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to be impressed for sure. I mean, I think that's one of the big things that we see pushing through the industry as a whole. The more and more we kind of I see more and more like fitness-minded gamers. The idea that, the pro gamer is this like big Cheeto finger, like that's just not accurate anymore. And I think it's kind of an awesome push. Thanks to guys like you, making sure that it's a part of our culture to take care of not just our hobbies, but to take care of the hobbyist themselves as well.
Yeah.
So, kudos to both of you guys for making that push for sure, getting everybody healthy. But in order to keep the program healthy, we got to shout out the sponsors. This is that part where we give a nod to everybody that's been helping us out on that side of things, helping us do what we do best and recognize the best in esports. So right off the bat, a massive shout out to everybody involved in that process, like our friends over at
Verizon, Plarium, Tyson Foods, The Truman Factory, Secret Lab, Sizzle Creative.
Once again, shout outs to our partners. Without their continued support, we would not be able to continue to support the esports scene in the way that we do. So again, thank you to everybody coming out for sure. But let's start spinning things into the main show. We've got a couple of awards to talk about. And first on the list is the Esports Broadcast Production Team of the Year. Let's take a look.
Esports Broadcast Production Team of the Year. Riot Games, Esports Engine, LVP, Blast Premier, Garena, Beyond the Summit, PGL Esports, ESL Gaming, Face It,
Production has obviously leveled up over the past couple of years. I mean, depending on how far you want to zoom out, like looking at the differences from a couple of years ago, 5 years, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, to today in 2022, the standards are just why it's so different.
I can only speak for myself when it comes to Counter-Strike, obviously, but especially the last couple of years, it's crazy how much we moved. The quality of the production, how serious people take it nowadays. It was like side content and creating quality content was something that people would sort of laugh at. A couple of years ago, it would be nice if we would do it. It was something that people and talent as ourselves, we could do it on the side. We didn't necessarily have to. Whereas today, it's just it's way more strict. It's planned into the production. It's something that there's a budget for as well. And in general, everyone out there watching esports, you should be insanely happy that you get to watch most of this for free. Most of it is open to achieve and watch at all times. Whereas you look at other sports, football, cycling, whatever that may be, right? You pay quite a lot of money in order to have access to the TV channels. In esports, in our world, we are super spoiled with the fact that we have so much free quality content out there that is at a level where I would say that it's somewhat comparable to some of the best out there.
I mean, I was at the Copper Box Arena for the Rocket League London Major, and you have a producer in your ear who's like, okay, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gives you a countdown, and then like, okay, we're ready for break. Okay, something came up, we have to show this piece now. Can you send to that? It's very professional. And you get very well taken care of as a talent. I can only speak for me, but they've taken very good care of me for the events.
On camera talent, we are front and center, but there's a whole lot of people behind us for sure. They need to be celebrated. So go ahead and get your vote for Broadcast Production Team of the Year at esportsawards.com/vote. Like I said, a ton of people in the industry, all deserving of an award. So get out there and, do the vote thing. Moving on from one to the other, still in the industry side, we're going to look at Publisher of the Year. Listen, Riot Games have won 4 out of the 6 in this category. We'll see if anyone can knock them down. This is the time to do so. Publisher of the Year.
Esports Publisher of the Year. Riot Games, Valve, Psyonix, Garena, Epic Games, Tencent, Ubisoft, PUBG Corp, EA.
And so when it comes down to publishers, I guess the question that a lot of fans might ask out there is, what do publishers kind of got to do to be esports publisher of the year. I generally look towards like player base and being in contact with the community here, Orb. I think that's probably the number one thing for me.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think a company and a publisher listening to the community is very, very important. I mean, you can look at any aspect of the gaming space and, having a game be successful, having a brand be successful, you got to listen to the community. And that comes down to having the right people hired in your company. If you're going to win this category, that means you have deep roots within the community, that you understand that you've hired the right people for the job. And I think that's what we're going to see. It's crucial. It's crucial.
And I think that we have a couple of publishers out there that do just that. So if that's on your mind, go ahead, esportsawards.com, /vote, get your vote in for Publisher of the Year, and we can celebrate who deserves it and who does not. But that's going to do it for our publisher conversation. Coming up next, we've got Esports Coverage Platform of the Year presented by Sizzle Creative. When it comes down to Coverage Platform of the Year, this one is something that I'm always very interested in as a commentator in esports. Yeah, I'm going to watch the VODs. I'm going to watch the replays for sure. But how do I stay involved in Apex Legends? How do I keep up to date with who's winning over in Dota? Well, I got to go to the websites. I got to go to the individual spots. I got to go to the coverage platform. So once again, here are the finalists for Esports Coverage Platform of the Year, presented by Sizzle Creative.
Esports Coverage Platform of the Year, presented by Sizzle Creative. Liquipedia. Dexerto. Esports Insider. Sports Business Journal. Esports Maniacos. HLTV. Siege GG. Dot Esports. Juked.
And those are your finalists for Esports Coverage Platform of the Year, presented by Sizzle Creative. And when it comes down to it, like I said before, esports coverage platforms, this is super important to our day-to-day, not just as fans, because spoiler alert, esports talent are esports fans, but also sometimes with our jobs. I know when I'm preparing for an upcoming LAN, I definitely want to flip the pages back real quick. And so I generally like to look for some of these resources come through with a whole bunch of stats. Or, you've done a lot of stage hosting, and having that umbrella view and like a zoomed out view of the scene, that can be really important. Are there any resources that you sort of like turn to, or perhaps better said, what are the qualities in a resource that you look for when you're talking about a coverage platform?
I mean, for me, it's great to be able to look back. There's, just like you said, you got a matchup coming up. Maybe you got a whole tournament coming up. What were the previous results, and where are you going to find those? Well, on whatever website that you trust. You want to trust, and you want to have a website that's up to date and that's reliable and that's fast, right?
I agree. I feel like a site that captivates it all, though, in a sense where you get your stats, you get your news, you get your, I guess, ability to flip back the pages and look at some of the history of whatever game that may be. It could be Rocket League, could be Counter-Strike on HLTV, a site that I use a lot, right? But it's also for me a site that captivates the entire thing of being a fan of said game, doing interviews, doing videos, doing behind the scenes stuff, having a nice gallery. One of the things that I loved the most when I was a young aspiring Counter-Strike pro was going into my favorite site, look at the gallery and look at the players. I wanted to see, okay, this player, my favorite player right now, he's using whatever mouse, he's sitting, in whatever way, and I was trying to copy that, because I was that young little guy, just aspiring to be a pro. I feel like the closer we get to the players and the closer any given site makes us feel that we're getting to the game, getting to the team, getting to the player, maybe even getting to your favorite talent, the better, right? So a site that captivates all those different things, where it allows you to look up stats, it allows you to be, up to date with news, but also you can flip back the pages and see, okay, my favorite player from 2017, he was looking like this, when he was playing, and today he's now a talent standing on the desk and he's looking like this, The closer I get to be to whoever I like, the better.
There are a lot of people out there bringing us esports content, connecting us to players, and I think that's something unique that we have, comparatively speaking, to traditional sports, is that direct access, are all the coverage platforms. And so shout outs to them. Get your vote in, esportsawards.com/vote, and you guys can let your own voices be heard for sure. And of course, all these people, they have to be positioned up by commercial partners. They too get a category here in the industry side of the Esports Awards. So without further ado, let's take a look at the finalists for Esports Commercial Partner of the Year.
Esports Commercial Partner of the Year. Logitech G. Red Bull. Intel. Verizon. Monster Energy. Gucci. Kit Kat. Nike.
When it comes down to it, I think a good commercial partner is somebody that obviously is invested, again, literally and figuratively speaking, in the scene, but also invested in the fans themselves. Like, we have a lot of endemic sponsors that come in and support the squad, but are also looking out for the audience as well. Companies that sort of bridge that gap from where you are at home to what's going on the stage, Joel.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the companies. I mean, let's face it. I mean, money into the business is always going to be good. Companies want to show themselves. They want to, be able to promote their brand, which is good. A paycheck is always good. It helps the players, the organizers, the production, everything. It costs money to put on a good show, as everybody knows.
I agree. Money is always good. Money is always money, and the more money we can get pumped into the scene, and the more money we get to help our organizers, in order to raise the quality, raise the show, and raise the salaries, I guess, for the players is all cool.
That's what we're looking for here. That's absolutely, I think, how you take home the Esports Award for commercial partner, finding that next way to integrate, do something interesting. I mean, let's be real. Like, this is esports. This is the internet. What worked 2 weeks ago isn't going to work 2 weeks from now, and you got to keep it moving. And so that's what we look for out of our commercial partners for sure. And that's what we look for in this show as well. Listen, I said earlier that I was going to put Pimp and Orb in the hot seat. They don't know what's coming, and I kind of don't either, because production likes to punk me a little bit as well. But that's what we're doing. So we're going to do a little bit of a break like we like to, and then we're going to come back head-to-head, Orb versus Pimp. We'll see you on the flip. Welcome back. We're here with the third spotlight show of the 2022 Esports Awards season. I'm your host, Tom Battinger. I go by F down on the internet, and I've got two friends along for the ride, Pimp and Orb. And before we jump in, I want to thank our friends, our partner, Tyson Foods. They're running a brilliant campaign for the chance to win a trip to the Esports Awards 2022. You can come to the Esports Awards. All you got to do is go to VGAsweepstakes.com for TNCs on full details on how to enter. It's an incredible opportunity to win your spot at the Esports Awards 2022 in Las Vegas, right at Resorts World. So if you're not nominated, maybe you can win something through Tyson. That's what we're taking a look at. So, as I said, we've got two friends going head-to-head, some esports-related questions.
It's time to duel!
We've got three segments here. Home and away, that's my favorite. Connect 4, and higher or lower. Some new stuff going on here as well. In the home and away section, you'll each answer 3 questions. For each question, you can choose to either go home or away. Hence the name home or away. If you go home, the question will be based around your respective field, Rocket League for Orb, Counter-Strike for Pimp, and you get 1 point. However, if you are audacious enough to go away, it could be about any esports title, but you get double the points. That means 2. In Connect 4, I reveal 4 clues one by one that identifies a major esports tournament. So we go kind of like a crazy, obscure detail, and we work our way up. And then after 4, you can guess, and if you get it right, you get a point. Now, if you guess right away, if I give you one tiny detail and you guess it like that, first of all, I'm going to personally give you $50 because I think it's insane.
Oh, wow.
But second of all,
Pimp, we can make
you
some
get
money.
4 whole
Yeah, I
points.
was about to say. Yeah.
That's the only real money down here, by the way. So I'm pretty sure none of you are going to do it. At least I hope not. We'll see how my bank account feels later on. But yeah, Connect 4 details. Figure out what we're talking about. Hopefully you guys find the answer. In higher or lower, it's all about CSGO weapon stats. I'm going to ask price, damage, magazine size, mobility, and RPM. And I'm going to give you the choice between 2 weapons and a stat. And you got to tell me whether the second weapon is higher or lower. 2 points for a correct answer. It's pretty easy. Home and away. Like I said, this is the best one. So home or away. Rocket League or otherwise.
All right, I'm going to go with home for Rocket League.
Come on.
And I'm sorry in advance to all the Rocket League fans if I mess this one up. Go ahead.
Where was the first Rocket League World Finals hosted?
The first Rocket League Finals.
Pressure is
You got to know your history.
Yeah.
You got to know the culture.
I am not sure, but I know a lot of people talk about the Copper Box in London, so I'm going to say London for this one.
So the Copper Box in London was a big event for Rocket League. That's where we got the This Is Rocket League, but it is not the first Rocket League World Finals. It was hosted in Avalon, Hollywood, Los Angeles, California, USA. So we did have an LA major, but not.
Okay,
not
there's only
not this
one
time
continent
around,
away.
Joel.
That's not too bad. No.
That's true. All right, Pimp. Home or away?
I'm going with away, man. I'm going with away. We got to try it.
Fortnite.
Oh, fuck.
How many regions does the Fortnite competitive series run in? The FNCS. How many regions are featured?
Yeah. Okay, I've seen a few of those events, actually. There's a couple of Danes doing well. Okay, how about... How many regions? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say we got 5 different regions.
Close. I know a lot of esports do 5. There are 7 regions in Fortnite, and I'll tell you what probably tripped you up. So you got Europe, you got Asia, you got Brazil, Middle East, Oceania. That's generally what we see.
Yes.
NA is split into 2: NA West and NA East.
Okay.
Orb. Home or away, homie?
I'm going to go away. Because the shame is
All right.
less if you lose. I'm going
Okay.
away. Take me away.
Valorant. How long does it take to defuse the spike?
Ooh, how long does it take to defuse a spike? That would be...
Move, I have kit. Wait, wrong game.
I'm going to say... Oh my God, how did I not know this? 8 seconds.
Oh! You were off by a single second. It is 7 seconds. So close.
I was trying to think, like, when you defuse, you get, like, the halfway mark. And I was like, it makes sense if it's 4-4. Oh, it's 3.5 then.
Yeah. All right, Pimp. Home or away?
Listen, I'll take a home question then. Let's see if I can embarrass myself.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Which team has the most major trophies?
Astralis.
Yes. Astralis with, do you know how many?
You got 4. Got 4 stars
Yep.
in the back. Yeah.
Orb, yeah, home or away?
I'm gonna go ahead and go away again.
How many parries did Daigo have to successfully hit to block Jay Wong's Chun Li in the famous clip?
Okay, I'm gonna say. Oof. There's a lot of kicks there. I'm trying to think how many kicks there were. Okay, I'm gonna say. It can't be 10, can it? I'm gonna say 9. Too many maybe, but 9. Yeah, I'm locking it in.
Lower, or you are. It's 15 actually. There's a whole lot of kicks there for sure. Home or away?
Listen, now it's getting tactical now. I'll go for a home now and take a 2-0 lead.
Where did the first CS:GO major take place?
The first major, the very first major.
Yep, for Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
It must have been in 13. It would have been in Sweden in Jönköping, I believe. Yeah.
You are correct. DreamHack
there we go.
Winter
Yeah,
2013.
It is.
Jönköping, Sweden. Please don't. Yeah, my pronunciation isn't there. Home or away? Or
Well, we got to break the curse, man. I think we got to go home.
all right.
All right.
Who has won the most majors in Rocket League history?
The most majors.
Yes.
I'm saying Energy.
And you are correct. 1 point
There we go.
for Orb.
There we go.
Energy has 9 majors under their belt. Squishy Muffins and the boys doing great work over there. All right, Pimp. Last one for home or away. That is.
Let's try going away again.
Let's go to team fight tactics. How many sets have there been?
It is an easy question, though. They've done that 9 times. It just makes an awful lot of sense to do that 9 times.
You were real close, man. It was 7.
I was gonna say 8.
So they've done Beta, Rise of the Elements, Galaxies, Fates, Reckoning, Gizmos and Gadgets, and Dragonlands. So, whole bunch of TFT stuff. So now we move to Connect 4. Orb, since you're trailing, we'll start with you. Our first clue, Volskaya. 4 points. 4 points if you guess the esports event and the year based on that alone.
Yeah, I think I know what it is, but I want to try to be safe, so I want to go to the next clue.
For 3 points, 5K.
Once again, it's I'm so certain, but just give me another clue just so I can.
Now for 2 points, Tracer.
Tracer?
Yes. So you have Volskaya, 5K, and Tracer.
Okay, if I can't guess it correctly, it gets sent over to Pimp.
Yeah, if you guess it incorrectly, it goes to Pimp.
Okay,
who
then I
gets
don't want to.
all 4 clues.
I'd be careful if I were you. I'd be careful.
Yeah, then I don't want to say what I'm thinking because then I could give you some information.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, go to the the last clue, I guess.
The last clue is Profit.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna say Overwatch Finals 2011. Yeah, when was Overwatch? I think 2018. Is it
Holy shit, he got it.
Wait, what?
So you kind of stumbled there, but it was the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2018. And honestly, I'm going to count it.
What?
I'm going to count it.
way.
Like, I'm going to count it. That one, you got it. You get a point.
That's a well-deserved point. That's a well-deserved point.
Yeah, that's a well-deserved point.
What the hell?
All right.
Oh, dude, I'm sweating.
So
I'm sweating.
We get 1 point for Orb. Remember, if you guess it correctly with less clues, you get more points. And so we'll shift things over here to Jacob. Mr. Pimp, your first clue here is 35 MS.
35 MS. Okay. So, ST event played out online. I think I have an idea.
Next clue.
Yeah, give me one more.
Busan.
I lost it.
I had it and then I lost it. All right.
35 MS and Busan. Yeah, give me the third one.
Third clue, 2 points. 35 MS, Busan, and Blue Side.
Blue Side. Okay, okay. I have no idea, but I want one more clue.
RNG.
Run and gun. So every other esports than Counter-Strike.
Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. The Apex Legends 2022, some sort of event going on. Apex Legends Major somewhere.
Incorrect. Joel, you got an answer here?
I'm gonna have to pass on this. I can't even.
So Pimp got the year right, but it's not Apex Legends. MSI 2022. And so that was in Busan. No points for anyone involved. Our third one for Connect 4. This one goes over to Orb again. The first clue is Bad Guy by Billie Eilish was released this year.
When did that come out? That's pretty recent. Okay, sure. Give me another hint.
For 3 points, Shanghai.
Okay. Well, Shanghai. That was. There's a lot of things going on over there, isn't there? Okay.
Oh, that little town of Shanghai. Yeah.
that little nook and cranny of Shanghai. All right, give me another clue.
Bad Guy was released this year. Shanghai and Valve.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Dota Invitational 2020.
Oh. Incorrect. Option over to Pimp. And I get to reveal the final clue as well. So Bad Guy this year, Shanghai, Valve, and OG Esports for 1 point.
I was gonna guess. What? Okay. Sounds like a Dota 2 major. Dota 2 major Shanghai 2020.
That's kind of exactly what Orb said. Both of you are incorrect.
Yeah.
But very close. It's
What was it?
the Dota Invitational 2019. You were off. Now OG won a couple of years in a row, and so that might have thrown a curveball at you. Here is our fourth for Connect 4. Option over to Pimp. First clue is Berlin.
Hasn't been that many events in Berlin, has there?
There has.
Well, not that I care about. Okay, I want one more. I'm thinking of 3 different events right now. I want one more.
All right. 3 points. Berlin. Second clue, Pansy.
Okay, I need one more. I'm not out of it.
Third
Yeah.
clue, Zeke.
I'm done. Okay, so Berlin, Pansy, Seek. I rules out one of my options. Pansy's good. Give me one more.
And the final clue, so Berlin, Pansy, Zeke, and Ascend.
Okay. I really need to start paying attention to other stuff. Pansy, is that the Pansy as in the commentator Pansy? Yeah, Lauren.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. She's doing an awful lot of PUBG, isn't she? She did. She has done.
She has.
She has. There's been PUBG Masters in Berlin, and that would have been in The hell do I know? 2018.
Incorrect. Orb.
I'm going to say VCT 2021.
Bang! Puts it in. Another point for Orb.
Yeah, it was Iceland in 2020, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Reykjavik. Now, Orb, let's go ahead. I have your turn here. Connect 4. Your first clue is Sweden.
Ooh, love the place. All right, well, I mean, I'm going to have to need one more clue there, at least.
PGL.
Okay. Okay, one more clue.
Machine.
Okay. PGL Major in Stockholm 2021.
Bang. There it is. So you get 2 points for that one. Orb with 5. Pimp with 2. So here is your first clue. $3 million.
Give me one more clue.
New York. Greatest city in the world.
I'm gonna make a fool out of myself again here. Apex Legends, New York. Apex Legends Major, maybe? New York 2022?
Close, but incorrect. You're in the same kind of... Well, I won't tell you how close, because Orb, you're still up to bat. So your clues are 3 million, New York, Marshmallow, and Booga.
What year? I know when you said 3 million New York, I was like, it's gotta be. But now, especially with these two. Okay, so it's Fortnite World Championship 2000. Oh, when was this? 2000. I'm gonna say 2018 is what I'm saying.
I think it's 19.
It's 19.
Oh.
It is 2019. No, you get a point if you tell me which borough of New York City it was in.
Brooklyn.
I was gonna say.
You got to guess, Orb.
I don't know the boroughs.
He doesn't need any more points.
Burroughs is all outside of Manhattan.
You don't
right?
know the boroughs? I almost might take away a point.
Okay.
Queens, baby. Queens, baby. Come on.
Okay,
Queens.
All right.
All right. Higher or lower? Now we shift gears one more time. Our third and final segment of the head-to-head. We'll start with Pimp, since you are trailing by 3 points. We have the R8 revolver versus the SSG 08. We're talking damage. Which one has higher damage?
The revolver.
Incorrect. The SSG 88 to 86. Very close. Very close.
Okay.
All right. Orb, you're up to bat.
Hit me.
The SSG versus the Nova for fire rate RPM.
Nova.
You are correct. 68 to 48. Nova wins. So you get a point. There it is. 6. All right. Nova versus Negev for mobility.
Negev.
Bang. You're correct. Here it is. The Negev versus the Galil, which is a higher price.
Oh, but they changed it, didn't they? I'm going to say the Negev. The Negev costs more.
Incorrect. It's the Galil.
What?
Now we take the Galil.
They did change it, yeah.
Yeah, because they used to cost like $5,000, right? But then they changed it to like...
Not anymore.
Yeah.
1900, I think. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
1700.
1700, okay, cool.
For the Negev, yeah, the Galil's 18. All right, so we'll take the Galil and we'll put it against the MP7. I'm looking for damage. Which one has lower damage, Pimp?
The MP7.
Yes, by 1, by the way. 29 to 30. Yep, just 1 damage. All right, up to you, Orb. Magazine size. MP7 versus P2000, which has the lower magazine size?
Well, the MP7 has more.
Yes. Not
Yes.
all these are brain busters. All right.
Yeah, I was like, I was trying to think, like, is this a trick or
what's the trick here? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like,
I was waiting for you to mess up. I was just waiting for you.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh man. Okay. And then we go from that one to this one. In my opinion, it's difficult. P2K, the P2000 versus the P250, which has a higher fire rate. Pimp.
P250. P250 has the higher fire rate.
It does. It does. It does. P250 versus AK-47. Which one has lower damage, Orb?
P250 has lower damage.
Incorrect. The AK-47 has lower damage. Two more. AK-47 versus AWP. Price. Which one's higher?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, wow. Give it to the expert.
I've already written the point down.
Give it to the.
They're both expensive, man. Wild guess, the AWP is probably slightly more expensive.
Yeah, slightly.
Little bit, yeah.
Yes, slightly.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be the operator. I mean the AWP. And then here we go. AWP scoped versus AUG scoped mobility. Which one is higher?
I mean, it would make sense that the AUG would be your higher mobility with AUG.
And you are correct. So I'm looking at the points here, and it seems like our victor, even though we had a whole Counter-Strike category, is Orb.
Thank you.
Orb coming through with a couple of
I have
points
played
here.
a lot
Orb-
of Counter-Strike. though.
So Orb has 11 points. He wins by 1. Pimp has 10 points. And this is Esports, so we interview the loser. Pimp, how are you feeling after that loss?
I feel absolutely fantastic because I think we haven't really discussed it, right? One of my main assets within this space, within this world, is making everyone around me look good. And to make him lose in front of you guys would be, I couldn't sleep tonight, so I had to dumb it down a little bit and give away the victory. But I'm the greater human being, so I win at the end.
There it is, Pimp, the content creator for us all, making sure that we have content to consume for sure. Orb, we'll remember some of your home questions, don't worry, for sure. But either way, you are our victor. Thank you for putting yourself out there. Thank you so much for everybody, of course. Thank you to our friends. Last month, we made some new friends and we announced an all-new collaboration with the homies over at Verizon. We felt like we weren't doing enough to keep you up to date with the biggest moments from the mobile gaming scene. And so in order to fix that, we are proud to bring you the second installment of 5 Mobile Moments, brought to you by Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. Great plays, fails, and funny moments. These are your 5 mobile moments for the month of June, brought to you by Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. All right, friends, you know what time it is. Number 5 is the MLBB Southeast Asia Cup 2022. That's Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and that's exactly what's going on here. We've got the legend, that's the objective in the center of the screen, but it's not always about the OBJs. RRQ has the upper hand here, but RSQ, they look for the just kidding, they look for the kills. One goes down, they follow it up immediately with the double kill, but the killing spree doesn't stop there. One by one, blue jerseys fall, the waterfall is good, and it's raining for RSG. A beautiful play as they get 4 kills with just a little bit of teamwork. Coming up next, we'll move over to PUBG Mobile. This is the NA Cinco de Mayo Deathmatch Grand Finale. So we've got an iconic look of Loop's Chief. He's going to be hanging out by himself for a little while. Snags one off the top, and his squad around the corner watches him get another one. But really, nobody notices him. Here's his team from around the corner. Bang, bang, done. Oh no, it's just Chief by himself. Well, watch out, Chief. I'm in the zone. Tries to get the jump shot, can't find it, but then follows it up, and life is good. Number 3, listen, we love to have fun here, and Brawl Stars, they love to have fun. At their mid-season invitational, they do what's called the Chaos Cup, where they played some Brawl Stars, but they let the fans throw a curveball. You see those players swap? Every time they die in this game mode, they have to change positions, devices, and that means characters. Listen, it's a little bit crazy, but SK Gaming has a ton of fun. Shout out to the Bucket Hats, because they are vibing. Fantastic performance coming out from SK. They were up against Zeta Division. That's your number 1 team. Now, of course, we go from fun to legendary. Team Soul, one of the most iconic names in PUBG Mobile. And, well, I set it up, but really, sometimes you just gotta chill in the car. Beautiful grenade here to win Team Soul the anticlimactic victory. And to go from quiet, let's get loud, as J-Lo would say. Nova Esports off the top for Icons 2022. J-Team standing in the way, but just barely. A godlike on the side of Nova, and they don't stop. Oh no, players low, doesn't matter. Tag in, run it, down, mid. That's gonna be it. A beautiful performance here by Nova Esports. That's how they grabbed the 2022 trophy. Extremely dominant. Did not need to sit down. Get excited, young men. That's what it's about. And that's what the 5 Mobile Moments brought to you by Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband are about. Five Mobile Moments brought to you by Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. Definitely want to stay connected to all things mobile. The Esports Awards is one of the best places to celebrate esports in all ways, shapes, and forms. So do that. esportsawards.com/tickets. You can do it live in person in Las Vegas. You don't want to miss it at all. Just like you don't want to miss the rest of the show. We got more industry finalists coming at you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Spotlight Show number 3 of our 2022 Esports Awards season. I am F. This is Orb. This is Pimp. And this is our third Spotlight Show, like I just said. Diving right into it, coming off of some bigger shows is the story of what our talent has been doing. Orb, you just got back from Landon, as we called it.
That's right.
The London major for Rocket League at the Copper Box. How is that?
Yeah, Landon 2.0 is what we're calling it. And it was phenomenal. It was one of the best esport shows and events that I've been a part of. I've been to a lot of really cool venues that are packed with people, that are majestic, grandiose, huge. The Copper Box is more intimate. Like, it feels, I think, 8,000 seats. I think we had 6,000, 7,000. So almost a packed house, but it's got like these like very low ceilings. So all the roars, all the screaming just kind of bounces and echoes like even more. Very, very intense, yet like a very intimate feeling as well. And I haven't really seen that in an esport event before, but it was phenomenal. I mean, seeing all the fans in attendance, screaming, being excited for the teams to compete and their favorite players to do well, that was something special.
But that said, I mean, you've seen quite a few crazy events yourself. What's the best atmosphere you've ever had at an event, Pimp?
Oh, there's two in the debate for that one. I think I Am Cologne back in 2019 before COVID hit us is a majestic event. You know, it's just one of those events when you go to the city of Cologne. It's like Counter-Strike is just taking over the city for the entire weekend. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you eat. It doesn't matter what you do during the day. There's Counter-Strike jerseys all over the city. All the waitresses, all the restaurants are embracing it. You know, making discounts for Counter-Strike fans and Counter-Strike players, etc. etc. It's just that vibe of I guess Counter-Strike taking over an entire city, and then it does help that Cologne is also a wonderful place to be. So Cologne 2019 definitely up there, but I must say the PGL Major we just had in Antwerp in Belgium was probably one of the best events that I've ever been at.
Definitely love to see where esports is growing. A big part of esports growing obviously has to do with the players, what they are doing on the field. All of us on-air talent, yeah, we're just here to translate the wonderful story that is being written by the players. And sometimes you got to take a look at the instruments. Who's using pen? Who's using pencil? What kind of hardware are the players writing their stories with? This is where we get to take a look at that. Here are your finalists for Esports Hardware Provider of the Year.
Esports Hardware Provider of the Year. Logitech G, Razer, Intel, Nvidia, Alienware, Corsair, HyperX, Scuff Gaming, Asus ROG, SteelSeries, Battle Beaver, AMD.
And there you have it, the Esports Hardware Provider of the Year. All of our finalists lined up in a row. And this is a category that I think, you know, some of these industry categories, you have to be really behind the scenes and nerdy about it. This one, I think a lot of people have their eyes on, whether you're a pro player or just a turbo nerd at home trying to get out of ELO hell. You kind of want to use what the best players are out kind of doing there. I might be self-describing there, but like you kind of have eyes on what everybody's using. I mean, Pimp, you know, ex-player. What do you look for in a hardware provider when you're out there trying to get your stuff?
Oh, there's a lot of different stuff, and I think it's changed over the years as well. To begin with, it was just having a quality product in your hand. I felt like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you could feel the difference having, you know, quality in your hand when it comes to the mouse. Whereas today, I feel like all brands that are existing, you know, the quality of the sensors, the quality of the equipment is up there with the very best, right? We have wireless headsets, we have wireless mice that you can use now. We have mouse pads that are lasting for longer. So I feel like quality-wise, everyone is up there. Where I feel like you make the difference these days are when you start to be creative with it again. You know, you have a mice that is no longer just the classic black mice. You have a white one, or you have a pink one, or you have a blue one, and you see it in sports as well. You know, whenever you have NBA basketball players or soccer players, you know, whatever cleats they're wearing, whatever shoes they're wearing, you want to wear them yourself. You know, if Michael Jordan is wearing one type of shoe, you as a fan of Michael Jordan, you want to wear that because you have this like weird belief that that's going to make you better, that's going to make you feel better, I guess, on the court. And it's the same with Counter-Strike, right? If I see Simple play with a certain mouse, I'm thinking to myself, I want to own that mouse because I'm going to feel like Simple when I have that mouse in my hand. And I feel like those hardware companies that are able to translate that, you know, that are able to be a little bit creative with it and that are able to make limited editions or able to pick up sponsorships with certain high-profile players, they're doing a really, really good job. Because as I said, I feel like the quality of the hardware nowadays are top-notch compared to 5-10 years ago.
I mean, just from a marketing standpoint, like this is the gear that Simple played with when he won. Of course, people are going to be like, oh, this is the gear, these exact products. I can be just like the pros and play with their gear. Of course, there's a lot of talent that comes with that you got to, you know, figure out and build up your skill. But from a marketing standpoint, it makes sense, right? And from a product standpoint, you know, I remember competing back in Counter-Strike, there's 1.6, and the thought of wireless back then was no, absolutely not. I mean, the wireless is like, it's big and bulky. It was weighing so much. You would have input delay, which would be, I mean, the biggest factor, screw the weight. It's input delay. If you have input delay, if there's a lagging sensation when you're aiming, when you're moving, if you have audio that's cutting out mid-match, you cannot have that when you're competing and trying to be the best version that you can be, right?
These sort of like nuances that we're seeing, instead of just like, well, it's a gamer keyboard because it lights up. This type of nuance is really important at a high level. And so we see a lot of different companies kind of taking those avenues and supporting players out there with the hardware, supporting players. A huge part of what we see all throughout esports. One of the things that we want to focus on as well is esports supporting service of the year. This one, more behind the scenes, but a lot goes into making a strong team outside of just the players who are on the field. Here are the finalists for esports supporting service of the year.
Esports supporting service of the year. Esports Engine, The Story Mob, ESG Law, Character Select Agency, New Level Recruiting, Paper Crowns, Aftershock Media Group, United Talent Agency, Prodigy Agency, Evolve Talent Agency.
A lot of different people coming together to make sure that your favorite esports pros can stay your favorite esports pros, whether we're talking on the field with things like fitness and nutrition, or we're talking off the field with, this is a business, and you've got to be able to navigate business just as well as you navigate Summoner's Rift. And so we've got those people in place to do that. Orb, you and I were talking off screen a little bit about how the industry has sort of matured and found itself in this area where we kind of need people doing all these other jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been a part of the business for probably too long of a time at this stage in the game. When you're a pro player, your sole focus is you want to be the best, right? That is your thing. You want to compete on the biggest stage and you want to win. You don't necessarily have the chance to like dig into a contract and fully understand the contract and what's best for you and where your value really is. A lot of pro players, I feel like, make the mistake of, yes, I understand the focus is being the best and winning that championship, but there is so much more that you can do to build your brand.
Yeah, well, I fully agree with the whole aspect, of bringing in, certain experts that can help players, make sure they understand their contracts. And I feel like we've matured a lot as a scene as well, because 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we felt like we needed agents, right? We kind of needed certain, I wouldn't call them shady, but there's been some shady people within esports as well, who saw us as a vulnerable market, a market where we didn't really understand our value. So they saw their little cut, where they could pay, perhaps, steal a certain amount of money from a player or create a deal where the agent was really benefiting from it. And I think, we got into a period of esports now where we learned from those mistakes as well. And we matured a lot in that regard. And I feel like it's all about integrity. Some of the nominees that we see are all about integrity. If you don't have that integrity, I doubt anyone within the esports world do want to work with you or do want to give you a chance to showcase that. So I think that's something that I love a lot about this category, the fact that we get to showcase people with integrity, or we get to showcase companies that have a certain amount of integrity and a certain amount of goodwill in order to do good for whoever they represent.
So when we take a look at what goes on field, when we take a look at what goes on behind the stage, somebody has to tell the story. Sometimes the stories that people don't want told. And those are the people that I think are super important to our scene. And so here, I want to introduce the finalists for our Journalist of the Year for 2022.
Esports Journalist of the Year. Ashley Kang, Kevin Hitt, Shandy Teixeira, Richard Lewis, Adam Fitch, Briok Lec Wulu Siga, Antonio Yuste, Liz Richardson, Jacob Wolf,
When I look at journalists, I want somebody that's going to be honest and bare bones. And, well, Richard Lewis has won twice. You know, that's investigative journalism, I think, is important for kind of what goes on. Again, sort of like a little bit of protection. But then, of course, you know, I like the popcorn reads as well. I like to hear what's happening. You know, what's Faker up to these days? Because I just kind of touch base with that, and the third. So, you know, Orb, journalists, like, what do you look for when you're talking esports journalism?
I mean, you mentioned one of them, Richard Lewis. I think his piece on Phantom Lord and CS:GO gambling, that is still something that hangs with me to this day. And like, that was such a, oh my, I cannot believe it was all, well, most of it was fake. Because I used to tune into like Phantom Lord and he would win like $20,000 and he would be like, oh man, how lucky. And it was like, it was all fake. It was all scripted. It was all just make believe for the cameras. Like all that stuff is so, if that doesn't, if nobody shines a light on that type of stuff, you never know that type of stuff is going on.
Having people that, in some way, you know, keeps us all in check by having a great set of values, having a great set of integrity, and having a finger on the pulse in the sense that they know what's going on within the scene they're acting in. I think that's very, very important for not only the journalists themselves, but for the health of our scene and for the health of esports. So I'm super, super, super happy that we have so many blessed journalists. Richard Lewis is a great example. I can mention 10 more that's done a great job in all sorts of different areas of esports. So I fully agree with you. It's good to have all sides covered, but you know, we need to be kept in check because we're still a scene, we're still a space that is evolving very, very quickly, and sometimes someone will be tempted to pull off a Phantom Lord, and we shouldn't allow that to happen.
I think that's so important, whether you're talking investigative or otherwise journalism. Definitely one of the pillars of the esports industry and what keeps us afloat for sure. So shout outs to all of our finalists, all of them extremely deserving, a highly competitive category here for sure. But that's going to put a bookend on our conversation about journalism. I get to have a lot of conversations. That's kind of, well, all I'm really good at. You know, being able to sit down with, you know, Counter-Strike royalty like Pimp, Orb, you're a myth yourself, and it's a pleasure being able to kind of tap into the brains of the finest of the scene. So once again, I thank you guys for your time. Make sure you find us esportsawards.com/vote. Get yourself involved in the conversation. And next month, we're talking Creative Award finalists. So you're not going to want to miss that. This is the third Spotlight show. We have some more. December 13th, we will see you in Vegas. Tickets are on sale. So
Vegas,
make sure
baby,
to come through and see us there, Resort World. And that's it. We'll see you in Vegas. We'll see you next month. We'll just see you when we see you. Peace. Man, I remember seeing Astralis play. It was here in Atlanta when Dupree was on the team. That was a fun tournament.
I remember too, because I lost to Astralis at that tournament and went out of the tournament with Liquid. So thanks for bringing it up.
My bad.